Okay, pal, this is it. Make sure your defense is impregnable today, got it? Today's trial. I'm gonna expose that guy for what he's done, or my name isn't Poenix right! January 8th, 10 a.m., District Court, courtroom number 4. Fucking Godot.
Court is now in session for the trial of Maggie Bird.
The defense is ready, Your Honor. Ready and waiting, I say. Ready and waiting as always, Your Honor.
Very good. Then we'll get underway at once. Yesterday we heard the testimony of Mr. Victor Kudo. He claims to have witnessed the defendant putting the powder into the victim's coffee. However, the witness's testimony was plagued with a number of problems.
The mark on the rim of the cup shows that the victim drank from it with his right hand. But according to the old man's testimony, he picked it up with his left hand.
Thank you, Mr. Godot. Furthermore, according to the witness's account, the victim was listening to the radio with an earpiece in his left ear. Yet, the victim's left eardrum was ruptured, which made him effectively deaf in that ear.
It's amazing how many contradictions a single case can have, huh, Nick? Ha! Allow me to enlighten, I say, allow me to enlighten you, Your Honor. The world is our water, though, you see, keeps turning, and we must turn with it.
Immediately, Mr. Godot, you have gone off the rails.
Don't let the mysteries of yesterday mystify you today. Only losers think, I say, only losers think like that. You gotta change with the times, Boomer. That's one of my rules.
Are you implying that you've resolved these contradictions? You know the answers to these riddles?
The old guy wasn't just throwing seed in here, he was throwing us off the scent. And today I'll prove it.
Very well. Let the first witness take the stand.
Oh, hello. And you are? Oh, bonjour, everyone. I'm John Armstrong, the owner and head chef of La Tribulations restaurant. Enchanté. Please stop sticking your butt out like that, Mr. Armstrong.
Forgive me for asking, witness, but are you a woman?
Oui! Ooh la la, monsieur. As you can see, I am le pert and perky gentle. Jesus Christ. On the day of the incident, you were in Tribulations' kitchen. Isn't that right? No, I'm right. Shut the fuck up, Trite! Was you, monsieur? Huh? Every oh my god. Misha, is that you? I didn't know you were John Armstrong. Can't believe they put Misha in this game. Ha! Wow, he's totally unfazed. Doesn't anything intimidate this guy? Ah, yes, the most intimidating thing in the world. Trans people. Explains Rowling. What?
Very well. Your testimony, please, witness. Please tell the court what happened that day at Tresbian.
Oui, volunteers! No, at Tribulations. When it all happened, there were just 2 customers in my restaurant. I remember I was experimenting with some new art decors that day. Like having a large mirror between the tables, for example. Oui, perhaps that is what the old man was looking at. La cup, la earpiece, and la glasses. You would have seen everything in reverse, no? Up. Mirror! Oui, un grand mirror. La most enormous mirror. We were just there. And suddenly, the mystery vanishes. Like I said, the world keeps I say the world keeps turning. So roll with it. Keep rolling, 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 rolling. That would explain the coffee cup and the earpiece conundrum. The mirror would have made everything appear back to front. What the actual shit? It's way too early in the morning for this to be happening to me!
Now then, Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination.
And who were the two customers exactly? My, of course, the young man who died, and the other not so young man who we wish would die.
We are referring to yesterday's witness, I presume?
What about the other man? Maggie says she saw at the table. Something tells me Mr. Armstrong isn't planning to disclose his existence. We need some hard evidence first before we can bring him up, don't we? I guess I'll just have to try a different approach for the time being, which is to press everything. You were experimenting with Art Deco? How come I never heard about that before today? You are not familiar with the language of interior design, monsieur? Please stay on topic. Now, why didn't you tell the court about this before? But I did, just a few moments ago.
Excuse me, Mr. Armstrong. This deco you mentioned, are you referring to some sort of decoction?
What does that mean? If it comes up with Ace Attorney, I'm gonna be upset. Oh, here we go. The essence of liquor resulting from decoction. Cool, thanks. What the fuck is decoction? A concentrated liquid resulting from the heating and boiling of substance, especially a medicinal preparation made from a plant. Ah, I learned something. Oops. No, Art Deco. It's a style of design. Your Honor. He's talking about interior design. Walls, ceilings, carpet, things that are on the interior of buildings.
Ah, yes, of course. That's deco.
I was trying to achieve a more la effeminate look for my restaurant. I was planning the most bold remodeling of la decor. So, is this the thing I call bullshit on? Yeah, I don't see any fucking mirrors. You fuck. How big of a mirror are we talking about here? Bluff! Something about 4 meters wide and about 2 meters high. Okay. Let's see if 1 meter is about... 1 meter isn't a yard? Is it? Oh, okay, I get it. Yeah, it is. My bad. Close enough. Holy glass on a frame, that's huge! I was intending to install it on the ceiling eventually. Wait, what? Was there a mirror on the ceiling? I don't know, I can't look up. Wait, so if... Huh. No, because if the mirror was on the ceiling, it would still look like... Fuck, I don't even know. I know, but I decided not... goes through with it in the end. What should I do? Should I ask him more about the mirror? Yes. If you really had tighten your tie up, Phoenix. If you really had such a large mirror in the restaurant, someone would have noticed it. But there's nothing about a mirror in Mr. Kudo or Maggie Bird's testimonies. Testimonies. That. Objection. Oh, you didn't ask. Anyway.
You didn't ask, Trot. Trot. You didn't ask, Trot. So you only have yourself to blame for such sloppy, I say, for such sloppy work. Nonny. A mirror was delivered to Tresbian on the day before the incident.
Really?
As Mr. Armstrong testified, he was carrying out some design changes, and as it turned out, he didn't actually use the mirror in the end. I'm Godot.
This just doesn't add up. Even if a mirror was delivered to Tresbian, it doesn't prove that it was in the restaurant on the day of the crime.
Ha! If you want to doubt someone, try it. Look in the goddamn mirror! I'm sure the person looking back at you will be dubious enough. So the witness yesterday had seen the victim reflected in a mirror.
Normally, I'd expect people to know the difference between a reflection and a real object.
Normally? How does normality come into, I say, how does normality come into this? That's lame, Trot, even for you. I'm Godot!
Huh?
Are you trying to say that if something isn't normal, it isn't possible? Is that it?
Where's that?
Where does that leave the porky-headed lawyer and the top-notch, I say, the top-notch chick over there? And the ungodly cool guy with the mask over here? Well, Trot!
Yeah, not there! I do not have a top-notch!
Mr. Godot was correct. A lack of normality was no basis for discounting an argument.
Yeah, logic as one day. Logic as one day. Fuck off, Armstrong. Everything? Would have seen everything in reverse? Even himself? No,
Oi. Hey, Nick! Would you take a second think about old Sadie said in his testimony?
How do you phrase it again?
The boy was wearing the earpiece on the same side of the green lens of his specs. No question. You can lap me up if I'm wrong. It was his left ear, no doubt. And then he used the same cup to pick up... He used the same hand to pick up the cup. His left hand.
If he saw everything he described reflected in a mirror, then everything he said he saw on the left was actually on the right. Ha!
That clears up all the problems with his testimony, I guess. Or does it?
Ha!
It's kind of hard to believe everything's the fault of a mirror, but
Do you think old Sadie saw everything through a reflection?
if he did, it would explain all the contradictions in his testimony.
But that just makes the situation worse for me! There's gotta be something in that old man's testimony. We just gotta dig deeper.
Huh. But there isn't one. Oh, fuck off. I'm reloading. Where's his... Ah.
I ain't seen a credit book devised in my sheet, I'm sorry.
Maybe it's that. Because he... Shit. Maybe it's this. Do I present Glenn? Yes! The coffee cup, the earpiece, and the... Let's think back over Mr. Kudo's testimony for a second, shall we? The boy was wearing the earpiece on the same side, the green lens of his specs. No, Christian, you can light me up if I'm wrong. It was his left ear, without a doubt. So to summarize, we were told both the HMD and the earpiece were on the victim's left side. Now, if Mr. Kudo saw all that as a reflection in the mirror, it means both the HMD and earpiece were actually on the victim's right side. Exactement, you see, monsieur? Now that you think about it, it is not so odd, no? Unfortunately, that's where we run into a monumental contradiction with the facts. I'm Raziel. If Mr. Kudo really did see everything in a mirror, why is it that the HMD is now on the wrong side of his head?
Order! Order! Mr. Wright is correct! For one, if the witness genuinely observed the victim reflected in a mirror, then we would expect the victim's eyepiece to have been over his right eye.
How bitter. Trot, you should have a taste of this bitterness. It'll calm you down, I say it'll calm you down in no time. Are we talking about your coffee or your dick? You don't understand the way the witness thinks.
How he thinks?
You remember this, I presume. The I broke the vase sorry apology Mr. Kudo's sworn testimony? Exactly. The old man has one very grievous habit, other than throwing seeds. The more of an impression something makes, the more muddled his mind makes it. And what's the most striking thing about Mr. Elg?
Clearly it's the victim's eyepiece.
And that's my point. The old man strikes again! The Mr. Elg's HMD made a big impression on the old man. Why is it hitting his theme?
I saw the earpiece and those newfangled spectacles he was wearing. Oh yes, they were both on, I say they were both on his left ear. Do you hear? His left ear.
That was my impression of Godot doing an impression of Mr. Kudo. Voice acting. Ha! Well, it's right. That's the worst but best impression of Kudo ever. Oh. I should probably have just done the voice then!
Wow! I really thought he was old seedy for a minute there! Godot's good!
Enough! I must agree that yesterday's witness was irresponsibly rash in much of his testimony.
Bad luck, Nick! Looks like the boil of a contradiction you found is just rash!
Shut the fuck up, Maya. A mirror can't be beaten by a handful of seeds, nor can it lie. So, what exactly was the old man looking at? Fill us in, Mr. Armstrong. Go on, tell the court where all is.
Oui, I can explain. Please, if you will look at le plans of le restaurant. Alors, is everyone sitting comfortably? La mirror, it was in the middle of the restaurant, dividing the two halves, and
that's gonna be fucking annoying to walk around.
There is only one seat from which you could have seen the image of la victim. The table next to the victim. That was where the old man was sitting.
I thought he was here. Until that terrible incident occurred, I moved the mirror so it was not in the way. But naturally, I did not touch anything else. Sounds like bollocks to me.
I see no problem with the explanation we have just heard. From the table next to the victims, Mr. Kudo could have seen the victim in the mirror.
What a naughty little coquette I am, confusing all the men like this, you slut. Don't worry about it. We can keep up, except for the guy we can keep up, except for the guy breaking out in a cold sweat over there again. I hate that guy!
You said you didn't touch anything else apart from the mirror. Are you quite sure about that?
Until, of course. Very well. Oh, blah, blah, blah.
Very well, Mr. Wright. Your cross-examination